Alright. See, this time I remember to do it. Now let's figure out what this is going to be. So, over here, it says material. Right now it's unspecified. So if I just right click on that, I've got some favorite materials. And you can go to manage favorites to add which ones you want to be your favorites. So if you always use 6061 and 1032 or whatever, that's not even a steel, is it? What? Whatever.
4L stainless.
Yeah, whatever you use, you can set it up as as your favorites so that they're always right here. If you want to switch to it, like the 1060, go right over to it. Plain carbon. And you can see as I'm changing, it's changing the appearance of my part. Because I'm actually adding the appearance properties on also. So if you want to get into the rendering, copper, whatever. So let's just go to plain carbon. So if I go to mass properties right here, now it tells me the density based on the standard for low carbon, based on that what the mass is, the volume, surface area, the center of mass. So this is where having your UCS set up and deciding how you want it to be on it. If you really care about calculating center of mass, you can do that. Axis of inertia and all that. So if you've got a rotating assembly, you have all that. But if it's a stationary thing that's just being bolted down, really doesn't matter too much. But mainly up here, that's what we really care about. We care about the mass. We care about the volume. Volume tells us how much it's going to cost, basically, for the material that's in it. If you're doing like a molded part, that volume is really important because that's pretty much your main cost per part after you have the mold buy-in and stuff. We could also go to options and custom settings, and you can set things here. I think it's because I have a if you don't have material selected and you do custom, you can change the density. So, but if you have material selected, you can't do this. So if you have something that's not on the list and you don't want to go through making it on the list, you can go here and just put it in real quick. A better way would be if you're going to use that material a few times, you probably want to add it to the list. So you right click, edit material. This is where you see the full list of materials also. So you could decide that I want it 304 and hit apply, and now I'll just apply that to the part. And you can see that it has properties. Not only do I have the weight, the density, but now I have shear strength, tensile strength, yield, elasticity, all that stuff. And why do you think I bought all that stuff? For simulations. So the third session we get into we'll do some basic simulation stuff using the stress and the flow, also the DFM, which is what? What's DFM?
Design for manufacturing.
Yep, design for manufacturability. And then we'll talk about sustainability one a little bit, see what that does. But also talk about undercut analysis and some of this stuff in that week. So to do this, the stress, you need to know this stuff. So there, so we've got that, and that's just steels right here. Then we have irons, aluminums. So there's our 6061 T6. Coppers, titaniums, still big list for each of them. So pretty much most things you're going to use is going to be in here already. plastics. So, and then here's your customs.
Save them as a name or whatever you make.
Yeah. You could pick one there. I guess it's not letting me add a new one there. I'd like to add materials here too. But if you wanted to add it to your library, like if I'm always using 6061 T6, well, that was, if I always use 6061, right click, add to favorites. Oh, there's my T6. Now when I pick it off of here, it's on the list now. So now when I go back to mass properties, it's gone down from 2.3 pounds to 0.8 pounds. So that's material. If I go back to that drawing, that one, this one, I could put in those properties too. So the model, I thought I could. I'll have to figure out. I thought it was right there. I'm getting my program mixed up. But there's what I'll figure out how it is that you can put those material properties back into here also. So you can actually have it tell you the mass of it on the drawing if you wanted to. And I'll figure out how to do that in a second. So questions on the materials? Let's just close that. The last thing we're kind of going to go over, if we go to Office Products, this photo view, this is where you do the rendering stuff. So we're not going to really spend a lot of time on it, but you can play with it if you want to, if it wants to load. Oh, there it is. It's not doing it. Oh. It should be able to go. I don't know why it's not working. It should be. I'll see why that's not working either.